questions are an important aspect of leadership. But when you want to confront, have you been advised to retain a quiet question? I have been many times indeed. Today, I want to share with all of you on how I answered during such state of affair. You may or may not like the answer, but you'll have a one. Very good morning, Mirakis and esteemed guests. When I was a 3 years old kid, a relative came to my home asking for my father. I was standing holding my mother's hand. He looked at my mother and asked, Annie, is Priya's father at home? My mother replied, he just left office. Hearing the answer, my Chittappa started to meet my father at his office. I ran close to his Bajaj scooter. I stopped him. I asked him for a quick question. I looked into his eyes and said, next time, when you want to know where my father is, ask for Vidhya's father. He bursted out of laughter. He told, your home is named as Priya and it's registered that way to everyone who are around here. I had an answer. However, I did not like it. I ran to my mother to get a convincing answer. She said, it's not me who named it. I ran near the phone to immediately call my father. My mother came there, stopped me, warned me. Daddy will be busy. It's not so important to ask this question now. Don't do so. People who know me would have guessed what would have happened the next second. I just ran to the first floor to call my father. When he picked up the phone, I asked him, are you busy, Dad? He replied, that's okay. Sammy, what's the matter? I asked him, why was the house not named as Vidhya? With a smile, he replied, you were not born at that time. For a moment, when I heard this answer, it was fairly convincing. But I did not want to stop there. I wanted a buy-in. I continued asking, next time when you construct a home, will you name it by my name? My father said, it will be taken care. As a little girl, I conceived his words. Fast forward 3 years, my father constructed a new shopping complex. As a super excited small kid, I jumped out of the car to see my name flying high on the tall building. As I looked upon, I found the name Priya engraved, shining on the skies, flashing my eyes. I could not endorse. I lost all my capacity to pacify. I refused to speak with anyone until we reached home. The moment when we went back home, my father grabbed me and he took me to his hands and he hugged me to explain. You may or may not like the answer, but there is a one. Do you like to hear it? With inquisitiveness, I looked at him and replied that the name Priya has become a brand and it will be very difficult to change the legal proceedings now. He added to the note that irrespective of all the conformities, you both sisters are the apple of my eyes. I was not sold, but had to live with that answer for years. Fast forward 20 years, Just a day before my father's demise, my Chittappa came in to meet him at the hospital. He was very critical then, and we had to get him a transplantation done. But my father was very keen on getting me married before he goes for the transplantation. I refused doing so. I wanted him to come back from the hospital before I get married. Having this situation, my father was speaking with my Chittappa about his health conditions and how about. He was holding my hands. That day, he told to my Chittappa a secret of life. He told, all these years, both daughters were apple of my eyes. But now I feel Vidya has an edge. She had always been accommodating and fine tuning her needs for the family. It was an unusual moment for me when I heard that out of my father's mouth. I didn't want to move an inch from my father that day. But when the doctors took him inside the ICU, I confronted God, asking why he took my father away when I was feeling special. I may like the answer or may not, but I have a one. You know how? In form of my son. Many times people think confronting will challenge relationships. But what I've learned from all this experience is that the fact of matter is confronting, though it challenges relationship, it makes it stronger, deeper, and well rooted. I hope you will be in line to what I say. So next time, when you want to confront someone, set away all your emotions, have a honest look, ask them a question. At the end of the question, you may or may not like the answer, but you will have a one. Over to Toastmaster of the day.